Intro, dramatic hook, visual slow zoom on flickering digital screens, scrolling code, and dollar signs fading into binary numbers. Narrator serious tone. What if I told you that the freedom you think you have over your money is an illusion? That the very thing you work for, save for, and depend on has quietly transformed into a system of control. We used to believe money was power, but in reality, money became surveillance. And the most shocking part, it didn't happen overnight. It happened quietly, in stages through policies, crises, and innovations sold as progress. Today, we live inside what economists won't dare call by its real name, a digital prison. This is the story of how it was built, one transaction at a time. Section 1, Origins. When money was still real, visual, ancient coins, gold bars, early banknotes. Before money was digital, it was something tangible: gold, silver, and paper backed by trust. For centuries, gold anchored global economies. Its scarcity gave it value, and its weight made it real. But the real shift began in the 20th century when nations realized something dangerous. Controlling money meant controlling people. In 1913, the United States created the Federal Reserve, a central bank unlike any before. It wasn't just about stabilizing markets, it was about centralizing control. For the first time, private bankers and government officials had the power to create money from nothing by lending it into existence. This was the seed of the system we live in today. Section 2, The Rise. When debt became the new currency, visual. Stock tickers, printing presses, government bonds. During World War II, the US emerged as the global economic leader. The Bretton Woods Agreement of 1944 tied the world's currencies to the US dollar and the dollar to gold. It was a system built on trust, and that trust made America the banker of the world. But by the 1970s, the cracks began to show. Governments were spending more than they earned, printing dollars faster than gold could back them. And in 1971, President Richard Nixon made a fateful announcement: the US would no longer redeem dollars for gold. It was supposed to be temporary. It never was. From that day forward, money lost its anchor to reality. It became an idea, backed only by faith and debt. Every dollar now represented not wealth, but someone else's promise to pay later. The financial system had just turned into a self-replicating cycle of credit, a money machine built on trust, leverage, and illusion. Section 3, The Breaking Point. When the system went digital, visual, computers replacing paper ledgers, early ATMs, then internet banking, the next revolution came not from politicians, but from technology. In the 1980s and 1990s, as banking systems digitized, money took its next form: data. Physical cash became secondary to electronic numbers in centralized databases. Every transaction, every deposit, withdrawal, or loan was logged, traceable, and ultimately, controllable. It made commerce faster, but also more vulnerable. Banks and governments could now freeze accounts, monitor transfers, and manipulate liquidity with a few keystrokes. What was once a paper trail became a digital leash. When the 2008 financial crisis hit, the illusion shattered. Banks had gambled with trillions in synthetic derivatives, and when the bets went bad, governments stepped in to save them using taxpayer money. The public paid the price, and yet, instead of fixing the system, something far more sinister happened. Governments realized the power of total digital control. Section 4, Fallout. The rise of surveillance finance, visual credit card swipes, digital IDs, mobile payments, and central bank data maps. After 2008, cash began disappearing faster than ever. Contactless payments, digital wallets, and mobile banking became the new norm. Convenience replaced privacy, and every step brought the world closer to financial centralization. The rise of fintech financial technology wasn't just innovation, it was consolidation. Apps like PayPal, Apple Pay, and WeChat Pay promised simplicity. But behind every tap to pay was a trail of metadata: who you are, where you spend, and what you buy. Corporations gathered it, governments analyzed it, algorithms learned from it, and soon money stopped being a private exchange and became a behavioral record. In countries like China, this fusion of data and finance birthed something unprecedented: the social credit system. Your financial behavior could now affect your travel rights, job prospects, even your social status. That wasn't a dystopian novel. That was real life. And the rest of the world was watching. Section 5, The Final Step. Central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, visual animated graphics of digital coins with government logos. In the wake of the 2020 pandemic, the next transformation began. The global economy shut down, cash handling declined, and stimulus money flowed digitally. This was the perfect testing ground for something new: central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. Unlike Bitcoin or decentralized crypto, CBDCs are fully controlled by governments. Every transaction, every wallet, every digital coin tracked in real time by a central authority. They promise efficiency, they promise financial inclusion, but what they truly deliver is programmable money. Money that can expire, money that can be restricted by region or purpose, money that can be turned off if you step out of line. This is not the future. This is already being tested in China. the European Union, and the United States. The digital prison has walls of code and its gates never open. Section 6. Modern parallels and patterns. Visual charts of global debt. Inflation spikes and digital payment adoption. Today, global debt exceeds $315 trillion. That's more than 3 times the world's total GDP. Every government, every bank, every household trapped in the same loop of borrowed time. And just like before 1971, just like before 2008, we're told everything's under control. But look closer. The same patterns repeat. Money supply surges, then inflation rises. Central banks tighten policy. Economies slow down. Then they print again, digging the hole deeper. Now, combine that with digital traceability and the result is unprecedented control. Imagine a world where your spending limit adjusts based on your carbon score, where donations to unapproved causes trigger account freezes, where savings expire if not spent in time. That's not fantasy. It's the logical conclusion of a digital-only money system. Section 7. The hidden truth. The system was never about money. Visual slow montage of ancient coins turning into binary code, ending with a human eye reflecting numbers. Because in the end, this system was never about creating wealth. It was about creating dependency. Every technological step from paper to card, from card to app, from app to CBDC brought more data, more surveillance, and less freedom. The digital prison isn't coming. It's already here. We just stopped noticing the walls. Ending takeaways, warning, and call to action. Visual dark background fading into light. Voice slows and intensifies. Takeaway 1. Money stopped being real when it stopped being private. The shift to digital currency made convenience the beta and control the trap. Takeaway 2. Every financial crisis wasn't a failure, it was an opportunity. Each one pushed the world closer to total digitalization. Takeaway 3. Freedom in the modern age isn't about owning wealth, it's about owning access, and access can be denied with a single command. So the question isn't if the system will use that power. The question is when. Because once money becomes fully programmable, the difference between a transaction and permission will disappear. Narrator soft but urgent. Learn how the system works before it learns how to work you. Stay informed, stay critical, and above all never stop questioning who really owns your money. Visual fade out with title card the moment the world's money system became a digital prison and channel logo plus subscribe button.